Ladies and gentlemen, it's another week of indoor arena football craziness. Now, this week was wild in different ways. We have yet again more beef between people, just for no reason at all, just cause there can be beef. But it is what it is. Can't really say too much on that. One VC had the best, probably was one of the best memes of all time, just blaming everything on the boomers. Which I don't blame you. I guess everything is based in blame on the boomers. But in any case, the IFL Network debuted this past weekend, and it was pretty much the same as YouTube. There were some pros here and there, like the IFL said there would be. The IFL gets to control, basically everything. In some ways, the scoreboard looks nice, the audio, the visuals, for the most part, look pretty good. Massachusetts notwithstanding, though, but that's okay. Caleb Barker is just, kind of did his own thing against the Pirates. Just like Pirates don't look very good. Green Bay had their chances, but they couldn't get past Quad City in the end. And then Tulsa San Antonio was just a horrible game. Horrible. And keep in mind, I did not watch the entirety of this game. I think I may have watched a couple highlights here and there. TJ Edwards, of course, slinging that rock, and San Antonio having, their chances. But again, the refs were in this game till the very, very end. So definitely some key calls, in this game that probably should have went, either way. But it is what it is at this point. The Albany Firebirds, the all-star team of Albany, just blitzed Southwest Kansas like it was nobody's business. And then Washington, Oregon was just wild from start to finish. We're talking, Washington had to come back and Oregon had to fight. It was back and forth. Weird game in which, I don't even know what in the world this game was supposed to be. But 35-28 is the final there. Yeah. That was certainly a game that happened. Like, why? Why was this game even a thing? Why was this the game even a thing? Sam Cashinova, he's doing everything right, that just hasn't been said already. I mean, my God, I don't even know at this point. Why was that Kansas game so bad, but yet the Oregon Washington game was even weirder? I don't know. And then the NAL, Shreveport doesn't have, a scoreboard or anything like that, or, the greatest field in the world. But they do have a commentator that is just a joy to listen to. I will say that. I forgot his name, but he's just a joy to listen to. Quan Baby Brown, man, I hope you get better soon, brother. That ACL injury, man. I imagine he'll be back, somewhere at some point. I mean, my goodness, this is just a weird time, where we are. I mean, my goodness, can you really say that Dalton Cole is really that guy? I mean, I guess you could say that, but why? Again, why was this game so wild? It was Oregon had the lead. Washington came back. And then they went back and forth towards the end. Like, why? Why was this the game that it was? Columbus's defense, on the other hand, just insanely good. Insanely good. How does Carolina not score? They don't score at all. It's insane. Like, it doesn't make any sense. How? Wheeling, just has no offensive passing power at all. And again, another NAL game that went 3 hours for no reason. The refs in that game were bad too. Very, very rough. I mean, there was some calls, some plays made in this game in which I'm scratching my head. I'm scratching my head at Wheeling. They don't have a kicker. or at least not one that does anything particularly well. They don't really have pass attack, that's translating very well, and their run game is terrible. And they're 0-3. Are they out of the race for the NAL playoffs already? Because the NAL season is short because Omaha refuses to play 12 games. Let's just keep it real. Omaha, Sioux City, y'all refuse to play 12 games. Y'all refuse to play 6 games at home, 6 away against, actual teams in your league. Let's just keep it real. Again, that's my wish for next year. I hope the NAL is 12 games, at least 12 games. We have to stop this, 9-10 games nonsense, because that just messes everything up. Because Beaumont is not going to play again for another week or two. Only other notable game that I can talk about really is Carolina getting blitzed by Peach State, which is really funny. But yeah, the NAL right now, Columbus looks like the team to beat. IFL, we can't really say anything yet because only 6 teams played. Not everybody played this past week. So, Dalton Sneed is back on Arizona for some reason. I don't know why. Nashville, having QB problems, trying to finally get the tickets, ready to go. And we'll see how Nashville looks. If their home games, look pretty good on EvergreenNOW, we'll see it. Speaking of EvergreenNOW, my boy off the wall, Trey, he is now having the turf tapes streamed live on EvergreenNOW. So maybe in the future, you'll see me on EvergreenNOW. Maybe. We'll see. I hope so. I hope so. He hasn't invited me on yet. I want to be on at some point to talk, just anything for a couple hours, But it's fine. It's fine. I'm good. I'm good for right now. We'll wait and see. The only other thing is the Entertainment Football Association, has announced a couple of coaches. A couple of coaches are finally here for us to talk about, New Jersey, they have named a interesting face, Nicholas Coppola, who's been, around Jersey Bearcats, Jersey Flight, and then Gerald Filardi, he was a former Penn State linebacker, and he was a former Pittsburgh Steeler, and apparently he wasn't nobody Firebird, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, those are 2 of the 4 coaches that have been announced for the Entertainment Football Association, and I gotta say, I'm quite impressed. There's also a poll that, I was not invited to. I'm very disappointed that I was not invited. You know what? It's fine. I don't do polls anyway. I'm not a polls guy. It's all right. And it only talks about 3 leagues right now. So I don't remember if we even. I don't think we even had any games or any of the leagues. I don't think we had any other games or any of the leagues this week. So what are my thoughts on the IFL Network? Well, is it still worth the $30? To me, I say still no, but because it's one league, I if it were like ESPN Plus, even though I hate Flow Sports, Flow Sports is better than, just shoving the whole league behind the paywall. But I mean, this is a different era. The early 2010s, it's 2025, where streaming is, the thing to do, at this point. So I don't know, but we'll see. Of course, I did catch a good chunk of that Jacksonville Mass game, which it was just a blowout, And again, most of this weekend has been kind of weird. It was weird with the blowouts, and the games that were weirdly close. I'm talking games that were weirdly close in weird ways. We're talking, the NAL games being very, very slow, very, very tiring. And it's not the defense's fault. It's just the offenses just cannot execute. The referees, let's just keep it real. It's been rough watching some of these referees. It's been real rough. Some don't know what they're doing. That's why these NAL games take 3 hours. Some, in the IFL are trying to get it right, and this was a huge point of contention in VC Saturday, or rather Friday night, IFL refs trying to get things right the first time. They're trying to get them right, but then there's still problems, again, like the Tulsa San Antonio game. There was still some problems in that game, So I don't know how this is going to be fixed. And again, this week has a lot more games with it. There's going to be a lot more that goes on. There's going to be at least 10, 15 games this weekend. Mostly, there's even going to be a Monday night game. I forgot about that. Absolutely disgusting work that there's going to be a Monday night game. I hated that last year, and I'm going to hate it again this year. But at least I don't have to talk about it until Tuesdays. So, instead of waiting until midnight, the night of, to talk about it, I can talk about it on Tuesdays now for good. So that's basically it, this week. If I forgot something, I probably forgot something, which, that's a tendency that I tend to forget, and watching pretty much all these games this weekend shows me, that we are still in for a long season ahead. We have 5 months until the IFL National Championship in Tucson. And it's going to be a long, bumpy ride to get there. The TAL hasn't even kicked off yet, and it's been a weird season already. That's going to be do it for me. UFL predictions are going to be tomorrow afternoon. It'll be about 4 or 5 o'clock. I'll be off pretty early tomorrow, so getting that shit 4 or 5 p.m. Central Time tomorrow. So take care. Hope everybody has a good night, and I'll see you again soon. More shorts will be coming, of course, throughout the rest of the week. And my last interview with Eau Claire, I'm still actually trying to, find time to give them something so that I can get that interview in. So whenever the time, is possible, I will get that interview on channel. Yeah. So I'm kind of mumbling. I'm out.